So Capcom just showed off their Resident Evil 7 trailer, and it's more of a teaser really, and they also said that PlayStation Plus members right now have access to the demo right now. It's currently playable. I've already seen other YouTubers currently playing it online, like Alpha Omega Sin and such, and it's a grand old time. And now, I wonder what the internet is saying about it. I've already seen little tidbits of it here and there, and some are pleased, some are not so pleased, and some are thinking, yeah, it's kind of survival horror, but then they're talking about the first person aspect of the demo slash trailer. And people are wondering, is it going to become first person like it was for, say, Metroid when they did the whole Retro Studios reboot? I don't even know if it was a reboot, but whatever, you know what I mean. And then there's also word that it's going to be compatible with the VR system that comes with the PlayStation 4. Will be compatible. And it's optional though, it's not required, so you don't have to go out and buy the PlayStation Sony VR headset to play Resident Evil 7 when it eventually comes out. But at least it's an option that's good. They have said they've been listening to fans, Capcom, about wanting to return Resident Evil back to its survival horror roots. And maybe now that VR is kind of starting to pick up a little bit compared to how it kind of was a little too expensive or a bit dismal during the 90s and 80s, whatever. But now that technology has really improved in terms of quality, VR I think can survive in today's market, considering how everything is always having to be riveting. It has to be changing the norm, something different, something fresh, something new every single time. That as games evolve in technology, that they have to come up with new ideas, keep it fresh in order to remain relevant. Now they can't just stick to an old formula of gaming and then hope to survive. And it seems like that now is the new standard. Either you innovate or you fall. And Capcom is probably, not so different with the Resident Evil 7 teaser trailer / demo. And I wonder if it's going to fail or if it's going to finally bring back the Resident Evil series to the point where everybody wants it to be at. And so far, VR is kind of bringing it up to where the survival horror level of fans' desires. It can work. I think it can work. I don't know about you guys. Let me know. But it's kind of mixed. But I'm seeing more good than bad currently online about what people are seeing in regard to Resident Evil 7 and the teaser trailer / demo that was released over the weekend. And now, my thoughts currently is, I'm interested. I want to see more before I make a final decision. And for those people who are saying that they're not impressed or they're turned off by the first-person shooter aspect of Resident Evil 7 because they still want to stick to the old, third-person shooter, which isn't bad. That's kind of what the series has always been up until this point. So I'm not arguing against it, but I can understand, their argument of why they wanted to stay third person. And with that being said, I say, well, remember when PT was out? That was supposed to be the next Silent Hill or Silent Hills, and that teaser trailer / demo was in first person, and I don't remember hearing anybody complaining about it. Maybe it's because they were very subtle. Fans got to go in with no preconceived notions of what they were playing, and it wasn't until they reached the end that they realized they were playing a demo for possibly the next Silent Hills game. maybe that's probably why it worked. Whereas with this one, it's already revealed to you that it's the next Resident Evil, and here you are in first person. So I think that's going to be around for a little bit, but who knows how long it'll last. Maybe they'll warm up to it. If they don't, hey, it's their prerogative. And I think this is a bold move for Capcom. I think they understand that we want survival horror, and they're looking for ways to do that. Resident Evil 6, they kind of did with like Leon's campaign, and others were, but I think they were still trying to please the higher ups in terms of trying to reach Call of Duty sales numbers. And now that they saw the results of that, yeah, it still sold well, but fans are still upset, and they even got low ratings. Like, I was wanting to do a review myself of that game back when it first came out during the month of October with one of my friends, Azur, and we finished filming our review, but the quality was kind of low. There were a lot of mistakes that were made. The lighting was horrible, and it was before I got this HD camera, so it wasn't really up to standard. And I even wanted to do a little skit for you guys that involved kind of like a Resident Evil like atmosphere here in this house. But unfortunately I needed extras for that, and I did have some, but then they moved away. Hopefully someday I get to finish that review for you when I create like maybe a retro, a look back type of series. And I'll probably do that after this channel builds up in popularity, which it has been so far this year. It's the biggest jump I've had since I started working much harder and putting more videos out. And I'll put that on the shelf, but I'm not tossing it in the fire. And anyway, back to Resident Evil 7. I think it's going to probably do better than 6, considering survival horror is actually in it and not just like a third of it, or barely even a third. Even Capcom, even Leon's campaign eventually got to an action certain point, which is kind of fair, to say the least, because they have to reach that in climaxes. But I'm interested in seeing more. I need to see more. I think all you guys watching would agree you need to see more. What we saw, yeah, like we don't know who the characters are, if anyone's returning, or if they're completely new characters, where it's at. They said in the beginning, she's back, and I'm wondering who, and I'm seeing all of, I guess, the possible teaser clues of what's revealed in this trailer. And the first person that comes to mind is Lisa from the first Resident Evil, and who was completely indestructible, and she supposedly died in the house after it exploded. For those who have played like Dark Side Chronicles or Umbrella Chronicles, you'll see that happen in that game. And it would make sense, yeah, like even though the house completely exploded on her in the lobby when Wesker left, it's considering how indestructible she was. We would shoot her with rocket launchers and she would survive and come back. And so maybe she's back. I don't know. It's just a theory right now. But if it's someone else, I'd be interested to see who it is. And that, thank you all guys for watching. I want to see more. Again, I can't say that enough because it's really, really true. I need to see more. And granted, this is the teaser, and I think they said it's going to be released next year. I don't know. I'll check it again. I only saw the trailer once, then I started making this video. And I guess that's all there is to say. Thank you guys for watching. I'll make more videos as more information comes out for you and for us. And this is Dan, and I don't know whether to hold an objection to this or not. I need more evidence.